She was married, like, at the time?
Yeah.
So he's raising a kid that's not his?
That's not his.
And you're sure it's yours?
Yeah, we did a DNA test.
I know that there's some people who see my channel and they wonder why someone who's been in Japan for 2 decades taking such a keen interest on Black cultural affairs. And to those people, I simply show them this picture from Star Wars. Now, you know what happened in this scenario. Luke asked what happened to his father, and Obi-Wan had 2 choices. Either he could tell him the story that will kick the can down the road, or he could tell him the truth. In effect, what this channel is for me is that it is a documentation of the kind of cultural things that my children in the future, when they go back to America and they start asking questions about what is the Black culture, they're going to have a reference library of their father making documentation over things that he's noticed and particularly things that he doesn't agree with. So that's why I talk about these things. Now, let's carry on. Einstein on the thumbnail wasn't just for tongue-in-cheek. I wanted to show 2 things. So here was one. He's fully engaged with HBCU students. This is Lincoln University, and you can see that they're dressed to the nines and they're having a conversation probably about physics or something. And, you know, he was actually a friend of Paul Robeson, so of course he was involved. He had his part in the civil rights movement, but you can see there's a level of intelligence in Black culture, Black, America, that he really appreciated. Which leads me to the second thing is, in this Just Pearly Things interview, one thing you'll notice is that this gentleman is very smart. He is not an idiot. He was raised with both of his parents, and he just knows how to game the system, as you're going to hear in several clips like this one.
Do you pay child support at all?
No, not at all.
How do you not?
You gotta know my name, and you gotta know where I live, and you gotta know where I work.
Okay, so none of the women actually know your name?
Not at all. I just give them the name T, the same one I gave you.
Now, how about that? This gentleman has had children with 7 different women, and they don't even know his government name. Now, he has thought this all the way out, and that's why I put Einstein on the thumbnail. This guy understands how to play the game, whatever the game is. It's like genius ghetto Pookie. When I talk about his intelligence, he's leaning into this character. He's creating a character, and I think he's going to cash in on it. But you're going to hear what I mean when you hear how he intelligently responds to this.
It's just crazy to me that one person can have 7, you know, someone with 15.
They take trips to Jamaica to find men like me.
So that's what I mean. He might even be aware of the talking points in the manosphere. He might actually be listening. When I think about Einstein, the reason I put him on the thumbnail is because he's a guy who's planned out all of this. It's like a glitch in the matrix. Like, it's a broken society, and he sees the glitch in it where he can exploit it to the max. And that's exactly what he's doing. And I want to make sure when I have a daughter, she knows exactly what it looks like. Again, you're going to get a chance to see his intelligence here.
Why do you think modern women are so irresponsible with their bodies?
Because they have a system that would back their ass to child support.
Mm-hmm.
You got different type of welfares, different type of government assistance that favors single mothers.
Mm-hmm.
So if they are irresponsible, they know there's a system that's going to back their ass up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do not tell me that doesn't sound like something that you would hear on your morning podcast, basically anywhere in the manosphere. You would hear that. And it almost suggests that he's listening to the podcast, because he did admit at the end of this video that he's subscribed to her podcast. So of course he might be subscribed to a lot of the other ones. But again, he gets the idea that these women are acting in this way because they know they have backup. So what would he say is his fix to this?
Do you think that those women would have acted differently if they didn't have those systems?
Oh yeah, I think more women would be be asking men to marry them before they even try to even bear a child, which it should be like that.
Mm-hmm.
I really think and prefer women to, you know what I'm saying, kind of take in consideration the type of dudes that you might meet, because you might meet me. And if I don't want you like that, and I don't like you like that, and I accidentally get you pregnant, I don't want a kid with you.
Again, you cannot tell me that he doesn't understand exactly what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He's not giving these women his names. He is like Pookie on steroids. He's smart Pookie. And the reason why I want to document this is because at some point, your kids are going to want to interact with people that they feel are their own people, quote unquote. And they'll have to be aware of the fact that there are some parts of the culture that have just, it's like X-Men, right? It's like a mutated Pookie where he's smart and he knows exactly how to play the game. And you gotta know what kind of culture is being proliferated. Early, he said that he has 7 kids. He knows a guy that has 15. And that is the American culture. This is the point where I started thinking there's more to this guy. He's setting up something. Check it out.
Especially the ones that want them. I feel bad for the men that actually want their kids and actually want to be a father, and it's with a woman, potentially like the ones that I left behind. You feel me? I feel bad for men like that because there's nothing they can do.
This next part you're going to hear clipped up in a lot of different places, but I think it's really important that you hear this particular part.
Out of this, but ain't no woman ever suggest me or to put on a damn condom, bro. Women not talking like that. It's a small amount of women that would be talking like that. And I put this conversation out on a bunch of lives that I had and plus my Instagram. It's a bunch of men agreeing that they have never in their life heard a woman tell them to use protection.
Yeah, I guess you're not saving anything for the husband, huh? You giving it all away. And this is the last part that I'm going to show you about how intelligent he is.
Hey, it is what it is. I got an LLC. I got a trust. I can go ahead and do what I got to do. I don't own nothing. I don't got no money. You feel me?
If you have an hour or so, I really suggest that you take some time to go and sit down and watch the interview, because you can see, first of all, that he's not an idiot. He's very smart, and he talks about how his parents don't agree with what he's doing, but he's been taught something intelligently enough that he knows how to move while doing this, right? And the other thing you could see is, like, Pearl is genuinely aghast at how far the ghetto pathology has evolved. She couldn't imagine that there were people like this that are actually moving about the community. And so if you have young children that are half black and half Asian, half black, half South American, and they come back to America and this is their uncle, or this might be someone they know of, this is the Black American culture. He is the Black American culture. And if they go back and they see this culture, they need some kind of protection from it. That's why you got to have the Luke Obi-Wan conversation with your half kids. You got to do it. You have to have this conversation with those kids, because if you don't, they're going to be sitting ducks. You guys can take issue with why I cover some of this American culture, but the American culture is always going to be associated with black guys, and we can't escape it. What we can do is go somewhere else and create a healthier culture. But some point in time, our grown children are going to start asking those questions, and we're going to have to develop a strategy for how we deal with our kids re-interacting with that culture that we left because we didn't want our children to grow up in it in the first place. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll catch you guys next video. Take care, guys.